But we have Hiei here, the dragon within. Hit me with a pitch, buddy. What's going on with Hiei?
Yeah. So the reason why I asked you between 6 to 7 because I have the Hiei, who is gonna be my. I have two characters I'm trying to do. That's Hiei and Kuruma. And Hiei is my offensive. Like I'm gonna try to shoving as much damage and stuff down you as I can. Where Kuruma's kind of defensive player. I'm trying to build. But no, with this one, the whole point is kind of just to sling out pretty good strings on attacks that just gets tons and tons of stats for free, pretty much, or for just my health, which I'm fine paying because I have cards that say if I'm at 10 or less, something happens.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole goal of this deck is to kind of, in a way, milk myself down, take my own health away, and to make things so big where it's like, okay, I have to block it, but if you do block it, I can just use Hiei and say it's going back to its normal stats. You blocked the first time, but you block it that second time like he's supposed to. But making him have to commit a ton of resources to block the first time.
Sure.
Is kind of the goal.
I love it. I love it. So what do you want my help with?
So with this list, I played it like 3 times, I think, and it feels really good. In the attack lineup, I like the attacks, but for example, I don't know if I should be running cards for example, Hell Flame Stomp or Prominence Burn, but Prominence Burn is such a big stat card off base where if you want to block it, I can say no and make it block again for 7 damage and say try it again.
Sure.
But Hell Flame Stomp, you can make that a 6 low for 6 kind of with EA pretty easily. And so it's just kind of a decently statted buff up card that you can do, and you lose 3 of your health for it, which again it's 4 stats for 3 health doesn't feel terrible. Sometimes it feels like because you can lose.
He only says +1 speed if that matters to you.
No, we have other cards that you can get speed with. For example, his unmatched quickness. I can make it a 6/6 or quick to act to make it a 6/6. There are ways I can get there with other cards.
Sure.
And so it's kind of just the foundations are kind of for sure need help with. Because I know for example Knight is kind of rough to proc unless I can get that Sugar Rush power up early. Firestar is good because it's a really nice deadlock threat with this character because I'm on fire, so it's just really good deadlock to have. And so it's kind of the foundation. I feel like it's the big thing I'm trying to work on, and it's I've also fallen in love with He's Still Fighting with this deck.
You do like He's Still Fighting?
Yeah, I think it's a really good card. So I can go 4 attacks and then He's Still Fighting, Dragon of the Darkest Flame, played as my last one, and on 5, the 5th attack in the card pool.
Sure.
And ignore progressive and just say pump its stats up like crazy because you can play the powerful on at that point. But then discard cards from your hand.
That's neat. Okay, let's go looking. Fire attack, go. So I, for one, when it comes to Hiei stuff, I like Sword of the Darkness Flame. I think losing 1 for +1 stun 1, if I'm at 10 or less, draw a card, gain 2, is good. Man, this card's so cool. Tray size is cool. This card is a good card if the idea is to do this idea of Dragon of the Darkness Flame type idea, or Darkness Dragon Prowess, right?
Yeah.
Just commit your whole stage and then tell them they have to block, and this card is EX2, right? So
True.
This card is powerful, this card is EX, so this is a 7 damage move that you EX. This is just a better version of that. Better is subjective, right? But it's just different.
Yeah.
This is an 8 damage move. That is a 5 diff that you make them block twice, as opposed to a 7 diff that you make them block twice. The difference between 4 speed and 3 speed is so small. When it comes to what your deck is doing, the only difference is this is a 1 block, this is a 3 block, right? This is powerful 3. This clears your card pool. This is stun 1, and then sometimes you're going to have more health than your opponent, right? Almost every 6-hander and every 7-hander. So this is powerful 2 and they flip 1. So this is an option. I think that this card with Hiei in the limited is going to be very good.
Okay.
We're not playing Punisher's Beam.
Yeah, that's a great question. Why? I don't know.
It's a great question.
My brain when I built this deck was like, oh, I'm not playing that many range, but I'm playing a lot of range actually.
Blue Flame Torment. I don't even care about this. If this deck deals damage, selectively destroy your one rival foundation.
Oh, true. You can make them play.
This is a 4 high for 5. Block it. Did you not block it? I'll blow that one up. Did you block it? Block it again. Oh, you didn't block it? Blow that one up.
True.
This is just such good field control. Like, it's such good field control. It is like the key card that I see of like making Fire Hiei work. It's just like, I get to play this one. It's an incredible 5 damage poke that I can put more stats on it if I need to.
True.
I already went ahead and tossed Blue Flame Torment in your deck. I think, man, just poking my opponent down for a bunch of 5 damage, 6 damage moves is good. I don't think that you need Prominence Burn. The difference between 5 and 7 is so small. It's so small.
Fair.
With that said, Frozen Slide is also like a better copy of what Prominence Burn is doing because you only just care about this number, right?
Yeah.
Like, the difference between a 3 mid and a 4 high is, like, not that big of a deal. Bullets is cool. Fiery Vengeance is cool. So this is one of those, like, they have to, if they go to 2... if they... Yeah, they, like, this card... Oh, man, he is just so cool. Calorie Counter is already in your sideboard.
Yeah.
It is a neat one. This card is weird. This card says that it commits them out if they want to block the 7 damage move.
True.
And then they have to block it again. The second block is easy. I actually like Muscle Mauler more than I like Prominence Burn as your 6 diff. Because sometimes it's a 5 diff. And it's a deadlock threat, and it's a 5 for 6 as opposed to a 4 for 7. And again, that 1 point of damage, not that big of a deal.
True.
2 mid block with Breaker 1 as opposed to 1 mid block that clears the pool. The big thing is like, how often are you clearing the Fury in order to get the thing, right? Like, you've got itself, you've got this, you've got this. This is not a Fury. This is not a Fury, not a Fury. It's like half of your things are Fury, half of them aren't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ignited Arrow is sometimes silly. There is an idea where we play Flamethrower. Whoa. Okay, you ready? So 5 diff Hiei, where it's Flamethrower, the other one, and Blue Flame Spiral.
And it's basically for complete destruction.
And you say, hey, you have to block all of these. If any of them deal damage, I'm going to destroy one rival foundation. And it's just like fire foundation control.
True. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Which is neat, right? Because this is what is the block on this guy? I don't know if that should be like your first version of this deck, but it is certainly a version of the deck.
Yeah.
Flamethrower is also a mid. You'd have a low and 2 mids. There's something. There's something there, I think. There's also just like the idea of like, man, making your Howitzer Impact Cyclone just the biggest move of all time, and then
same block and then say, oh
yeah,
you blocked, okay.
Hey, this is a 6 damage 6 diff move that draws you a card instead of clearing the card out of your card pool. Like, that's like Double Fist of the Immortal Flame gets you the momentum, and so like you don't have to combo to get the momentum itself.
True.
Yeah, I don't. Again, there's something there, but I don't know. With that said, I think the only attack that I'm not in love with is just like Hellflame Stomp, Prominence Burn. I think everything else is great. Rapid Punches and Hellspider, incredible. So like just finding like, what's my block zones look like? High, low. Yeah, your block zones are great. And so like swapping Stomp for where was it? It is a low. It is this one. Stomp for this one is neat. And then instead of that, we need the mid block. Punisher's Beam out of 3 of. Oh, whoops. We do this. 24 attacks is too many. No prominence burn.
Yep.
22
Alright,
attacks
22.
is plenty. Right?
Okay.
We're back to our block zones. 7, 6, and then a lot of mids. Makes sense to me. Sugar Rush, Barrier Shield, this all makes sense. Let's go look at some other actions assets. Fire go. Thoughts on avoiding the conflict or avoiding conflict?
I don't hate this card. I just was never really sure how to use this card properly. Like you kind of just like it's the enhances, like you put at the bottom, draw a card is nice, but it kind of just feels like in a way, ready gets like go with that enhance instead of the form.
Yeah. This
Which
is
is
not a 4 diff though.
Yeah, but it's a 1 diff, so it's easy. And then the response after this card hits your discard pile during the hand step. Which I mean, actually I do have ways to do that.
Do you mill?
Yeah, we'll have Flashfire Fist Spell Spider that mills, and has a chance to mill it.
So the
That's
other
really
thing
it, though.
about this card
Or-
is it's a 1 mid block, unless you don't want it to be a 1 mid block, in which case it replaces itself with a different move.
True.
It also
Then, yeah,
says that the bottom card of your deck is a 5, and you know that. You know the last card in your deck is a 5.
I'm down to put it in there.
Yeah, I don't know if it deserves to be in, because I don't know if it's better than Sugar Rush or Barrier Shield. You've already got 4 actions, right? And you need
Yeah,
foundations in order to play this kind of deck. Like, having just a bunch of actions is not great. What I'm saying is like, when you get your base version, and you want to move on to something different and interesting. Oh, excuse me. I'm ruining everything. Okay, we'll deal with that later. It will like should be on your mind. Okay. And now when we take and go look at foundations, zeros.
Yeah. Because like 1 minute Burno, we could do. It's just fire now. It's losing a lot of its 0 diffs because of set 1 rotation.
It didn't have them in the first place, right? Like,
well, you know,
playing in danger or
yeah.
keen observation in any deck was like weird. It was just stronger in darkness, and even then you didn't need it. Truthfully, I don't think you need it. I think you just like capitalize on playing as many 1 diffs as possible, right?
Okay.
Like there's no reason not to play 4 on quickness.
Quickness.
I don't know how you feel about Frightening Calm and
I
paying
have
the
some
cost.
in there currently.
Yeah, I saw that like Frightening Calm is a 3 of. I think it's probably a 2 of just because of this 4 check. This 4 check scares me. In your supposedly I want to be aggressive deck, right?
Yep.
Things like Fiery Confrontation are a good card to like just fill out your spam, where like that -1 of the check might just be good enough. Truthfully, Defying Fate, commit for -2 speed after you lose health. Do a thing. Season Brawler says draw a card, playable while committed. I'll protect you, commit for -3 speed, a good ability. Press Conference says that like your 1 diffs you've got amazing 1 diffs inside this symbol. You just do.
Yeah.
And so like there's no reason that when we look at our difficulties that all of this isn't 1s. We don't need Ignite because we just like I would rather instead of Ignite, we should just play for I'll protect you. And now you get to block a thing, right?
True.
Like, oh, I need to panic block a thing. I'm in, right?
Yep.
Double Sword Style. What's up with this card?
Again, I like playing for them. I've always been a big 7-hand player, so like drawing an extra card feels good, especially if I go, for example, like Rapid Punch first attack. Oh, you block it. Try to block it again. You didn't. I draw a card. Oh, now I play like another attack and I draw a card again. It gives me 2 cards to hopefully fill out my hand to maybe play more foundations to build a little bit wider. As a 6-hander, it lets me at least see more cards to maybe see what I need to find. That makes sense.
Sure. I think that is totally fair.
Because seeing cards never hurts.
Yeah. This card's pretty good in our deck.
True. That 4 mid block's the scary part for me, though. You can't block with that card, it feels like.
We just put a commit -3 in your deck.
True.
You can block this card. Also, you should just play it because it picks up a different block.
One thing I wish that worked was I misread at one point the cold blooded whatever it is, 1 Rappa card that has the Rappa form on it, but you just use the response or whatever is on it, enhance, but it doesn't do what I want it to do. I was like, that's sad. I wanted it to be like reblocked and it still had the stats, but it loses stats. Anyway. The third eye of Hiei was something I was interested in when I looked at it. It looked cool, but I was like, how do I fit this in with a 2-check?
This card's bad.
Is it?
Yep. Okay. What 2-check are you playing? Oh, you're playing Dragon. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only 3 that I could see us getting away with would be something along the lines of, this is Seal of Foundation under the fire symbol.
Yeah, I've had them my first edition of the deck, but I was like, the 3-diff was kind of rough to play sometimes, it felt.
I'm looking at Todoroki 4. They gave him a, they gave him a thing back. Okay. So, the things in your main board that I don't like. You ready?
Yeah.
Double sword style.
Okay.
Making a stand. He's still fighting should be a 2 of.
Okay.
That's it.
Because the reason I'm making a stand in there was mainly because I was running, as we had in there, it was the one that gives stun. The foundation that gives stun to an attack.
I guess this has stun. This has stun. Oh, you have whatever frightening call.
Yeah, that gives it stun, so now I can give it more damage because Hiei struggles sometimes with damage. It feels like.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I guess that's fair.
And that also is momentum hate.
I also just put another stun card in your deck.
True.
So I guess it's not that big of a deal. Okay, you sold me. All right. Double sword style's got to go though.
I'm fine with that.
What's our block zones look like?
They're pretty balanced. Besides the mids being super
high. Okay, yeah. So that means that we get to cut 2 of these. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Double sword style gets to leave, and we just put 2 season brawlers, 3 season brawlers in your deck. See what happens.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
67. What's this number look like?
That's fine. Yeah, with it being raised to 67, I don't mind being at 6. With the standard being raised to 60, I don't mind.
Is that a 2 of? Mastering the Dragon should be a 2 of. If you lost 4 more health, draw 2 cards. Enhance Remove is a really tough cost for an for an aggressive turn.
Yeah.
I also think you don't. I would rather play Revel than I Am the Dragon, almost 100% of the time. So I think I want to
cut it,
or maybe it's a 2 of just to cut our numbers down.
Okay.
Right. This puts us to 64 with 22. This is probably fine. Yeah, this is probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the big thing you got to do is you got to figure out like what cards are good in your deck and what cards aren't good, and the only way to do that is just like by playing.
Yeah. Okay.
But man, this card is the reason to play the fire symbol for Hiei. It's so silly. It's so silly.
No, I've fallen in love with rapid punches in this character because you can just go, oh, it's a 6-speed move. You blocked the one time, you're probably not blocking it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I am feeling that in my Hiei deck as well. I'm playing Tetra Terror.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So wait. I'll pay my 3 and go grab an attack.
True.
Oh, I grabbed an attack. I'll swing it, right?
True. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. Well, thank you so much for letting me look at your awesome Hiei deck. I might steal a lot of these ideas in order to play mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Peace.